6 children raised by animals. 6. Marina Chapman. Marina was 5 years old when she was abducted from a Colombian community. Her abductor abandoned her in the forest for unknown reasons. The girl came across a group of capuchin monkeys and decided to join them. She slept in tree hollows and walked on all fours. She scooped up the fruit that the monkeys had dropped. This continued for 5 years. A monkey once saved Marina's life when she was unwell. He led her to a dirty stream so she could drink it. Marina vomited and later recovered. 5. Bello. In 1996, hunters discovered Bello in a Nigerian forest. The child was about 2 years old. He was living with a group of chimps. His parents had abandoned him when he was 6 months old. Bello had a deformed body, which most likely contributed to his abandonment. When he was discovered, he walked like a chimp, his knuckles dragging. He refused to sleep in a bed, so he grabbed and crushed objects. He communicated using chimp-like grunts and squeaks. 4. Oksana Malaya. Oksana's alcoholic parents abandoned her. As a result, the Ukrainian girl sought refuge in a dog kennel. Oksana went to the kennel when she was about 3 years old. She cuddled up to the black Russian terriers. To communicate, Oksana walked on all fours and barked. She later stated that the dogs were more attentive than her parents. Oksana had no human contact for 6 years and spoke only yes and no. In 1991, she was rescued by social services. 3. Dina Senekar. In 1867, a boy was discovered in an Indian jungle cave. He was roughly 6 years old and lived with a family of wolves. He was named Dina Senekar by his rescuers and acted like an animal. Dina walked on all fours and struggled to stand on his own 2 feet. To sharpen his teeth, he exclusively ate raw meat and gnawed on bones. He communicated with wolfish growls and whines. Dina smelled everything before eating it. He declined if he didn't like the smell. The case gained notoriety in India and may have influenced Rudyard Kipling's The Jungle Book. 2. John Sabunya. When the Ugandan youngster was 3 years old, he lost both of his parents. Instead of going to a nursing facility, he moved to the woods. A family of vervet monkeys took him in. John learned how to climb trees and scavenge for food. He lived on a diet of fruits, nuts, and berries for the following 3 years. In the wild, the monkeys guarded him. In 1991, locals discovered John. To get the boy out, they had to fight the monkeys. John could only wail and demand food at first. He eventually learned to speak and became a singer. 1. Marcos Rodriguez Pantoja. When Marcos was 7 years old, he was sold to a wealthy landowner. The Spanish boy's parents couldn't afford to care for him. However, Marcos was later abandoned in the wilderness. He lived in the Sierra Morena Mountains for an incredible 11 years. A pack of wolves was his sole company. Marcos figured out how to mimic their vocalizations. He eventually forgot human language, yet he thrived in the wilderness. He was naked and ate anything the wolves offered him. Marcos was apprehended by authorities in 1965. When they tried to take him, he screamed and attacked them. Marcos was returned to civilization while bound and gagged. He's 75 years old now, and he still misses his time with the wolves.